Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Kingdom Death Monster. So, we're still in year 5. We can now finally complete the rest of year 5. We did get 2 red vials from the Manhunter. Unfortunately, it's not going to really do much for us anymore, but it's here if we need it. I believe later on we can do stuff with it, but right now it's not going to be that important. Alright, so right now we are still in the timeline phase, and we need to do Gorm Climate. So let's go ahead and roll the 1d10. That's bad. Alright. What we can do for that... Well, let's go ahead and update the timeline. We need to add Gorm Climate next year. There's not much we can do about it. Gorm Climate's been added. So the bad part is we don't have Negretto, so we do need to actually get rid of an innovation. So we're losing an innovation out of this. I'm thinking about dropping Settlement Watch. We don't need to worry about Armored Strangers because we are at 7 population, so it's just going to be something either beneficial or we're just going to get a disorder. All right. So I'm thinking about getting rid of Settlement Watch. I mean, the Survival's nice for Nemesis encounters, but we're not going to really need it forever. So let's just quickly take a look at everybody. Yumiko already has Fighting Arts. Getting a Strength bonus would be nice, but it's not the end of the world. Mira can't get anything from it. Tenshi can't get anything from it. Kangara can't get anything from it. Yomu can't get anything from it. Momiji can get a strength increase, and Yorihime can get a strength increase. So essentially, I would have to get 30% rolls on them to get any benefit from it. I would rather try something else, if possible. So let's go ahead and get rid of Settlement Watch. It'll be added back to the deck, unfortunately. So we now have a whopping 16 cards in this deck. Not much we can do about it. Alright, and that is it. That is the timeline. Actually, our other option was that we could get rid of all of our resources, which is tempting, but I think I'm cool. I'm good. I can live without Settlement Watch. If we get it again, great. But I don't really need to worry about it. Alright, so with that being said, well, actually, let's take that back. What can I afford to get rid of? That's the question. I can get rid of Lantern Oven. I got this for free. But I would like to have heat to get the Monster Tooth Necklace at the very least. Albedo would pretty much reset our Gorm Chemist progress completely. Symposium... I'm thinking... Oh, geez. I'm thinking of dropping Paint. Paint would get rid of our dash again, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world if we get rid of it. We don't really need it for the Gorm. We're fine against the Gorm right now. I mean, it would be helpful for fighting a level 2 Gorm, but right now we're not ready for that. It would help with the Kingsman, but Kingsman, if the Kingsman's going to reach us, he's going to reach us. It's not going to make or break us. So yeah, we'll drop Paint, not Settlement Watch. The reason I'm not getting rid of Settlement Watch is, despite the fact that it's very limited in its use, I have nothing else to use Endeavors on for the most part, besides giving people experience. I could give people experience. I mean, that would catch people up on levels. That might be more useful. Fine. I changed my mind again. We're bringing back Painting. Painting, you're in. Pictographs, you're back in. These things are back in. Yeah, we'll drop Settlement Watch. So yeah, I do have something I can use Endeavors on. It's not the most efficient or best use of it, but I do have a use for it. So I'll keep Paint. I'll drop Settlement Watch. I mean, at the very least, even though it's not the best thing you can do with your Endeavors, it's at least something I can do with it. I can also do Auguries. So, I mean, I guess that's an option. Do we have any spare organs? We don't. Yeah, so this is what we got. All right. So we have 4 endeavors. There's not really much we can do with them. I think, let me make sure. Nominate a survivor, you describe in detail if they are not deaf. Okay, so I can't do anything. I can't buff Kangara's experience. That's just not possible. She is deaf. Yumiko is at 5 experience, so she can bring anyone essentially to 4 experience to catch them up. And I think I'm okay with that. I think that is what we'll use our endeavors for, is just to get people caught up in experience for this round. So, Mira, you can get yourself +1 experience. Tenchi, you can get yourself +1 experience. Yomu. Now remember, we don't go through any of the standard special encounter stuff. Let me check that real quick. Heal. Okay, you still heal light and heavy injuries, so that's fine. But the things that don't happen is, unfortunately, we don't. Yomu is still out of commission. So since she's out of commission, I'll actually give her 2. So I gave Mara 1, I gave Tenchi 1, and Yomu 2 experience. There you go. So they're all caught up. Yorihime is falling more and more behind, unfortunately. I mean, she's not bad. It's just I just haven't been using her. All right. So with that said and done, let's consider what we're going to do next. We need to go ahead and hunt a Gorm. We need to get Negredo back up and running so we can at least have something to sacrifice. And I think that's about it. So yeah, that was a very short phase. Okay, so who are we going to go take on the hunt? Yumiko will go. Well, yeah, I want Yumiko to go so she can get leveled up. And overall, she'll be doing just fine. Now, I can actually get rid of the fecal matter stuff, the fecal salve, and replace it with a reverberating lantern, which is nice. Kangara, you can sit out. That's fine. Momiji's still out of commission. Yomu's out of commission. Yorihime is not out of commission. Actually, Kangara, you can do your thing. You do you. Alright. She's support. That's what she's good at. That's completely fine. Alright. We'll go ahead and put the fecal salve on. To be honest, I don't really want to put the fecal salve on anyone. But, yeah, I really don't want to. We can go ahead and put the acanthus back on somebody else. We can go ahead and put it on Mara, just to make sure she doesn't get herself wrecked. Yeah, I'd rather do that. Okay. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to take the cleaver because I'm not going to use it. We don't really need the fecal salve. I wish we had one more red connection, but we don't. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ready for the next round. So we do depart again, so we do still get the departing bonuses. So there we go, maxed out. Mara's going to get 4. Tenchi will be up to 4. Tenchi gets +2 insanity because of the mask. Mara is fine. Kangara gets, she's fine. She's maxed. Okay. So this is what we're looking at. Yeah, we're sitting in the usual group. That's fine. Alright, let's get everyone set up then. Kangara, you can lead the charge. Get you guys set up. I'll set up herb gathering right there, as always. And yeah, I think think we're ready. So let's go ahead and get started. We're fighting a Gorm again. 1d7. 4. This is what we're familiar with. Alright, so Gorm. Hunt events. Itchy palms. If any survivor has 3+ understanding, unfortunately we don't. So it's just going to be another hunt event, which is fine. Okay. 57. Gorm's laughter, how convenient. The rhythmic wail of a Gorm's laughter reaches the survivors, filling them with fear. The Gorm's laughter will follow the survivors, tormenting them until they reach their quarry. Place 1 token on every remaining hunt board space. When survivors move on into the space with a token, remove the token, and all survivors suffer 1 brain event damage. Okay. So that's something that's going to happen. Alright, so we'll use these tokens to represent them. I'm just going to put it all the way to here. If the Gorm moves, we'll go from there. Alright, so we go to this position, which is going to remove this token. We all take 1 brain damage. Bam. Bam. Also, my mistake, I actually took all insane characters. Oopsies. Alright. But we should be okay. Maybe. Possibly. 7. Once again, we got the sportsman kill. We'll go ahead and roll 1d10 for that. 10. The man takes pity on you and whispers a secret. At the start of the showdown, the event revealer reveals the top card of the AI deck and chooses to replace it or put it at on the bottom of the AI deck. So essentially, you can decide what the Gorm does for its first round. Okay. Next, everyone takes another brain damage, which thankfully will make at least 1 person sane. And yeah, we'll go ahead and do herb gathering first. Also, we all get +1 survival because we eat the herbs. So there you go, we're maxed out on that. For those who don't remember, there's the card right there. The survivors consume the herbs and berries. All survivors get +1 survival. Okay, so next we're going to do the story event, which is going to be herb gathering. So each character can go ahead and roll a set number and add them together. I will go ahead and have Yumiko roll 2 dice, 2d10. So that's 12. And then I'll have everyone else roll 1 dice, 1 die each. So 1, 1, 1. So the total is, looks like 31. So 31 gives us a fresh acanthus, and all survivors get +1 survival. So there you go. We got our fresh acanthus. I'm very glad that we got the herb gathering early. You can do the same thing with a mining pick for mining, but it's a bit more risky. It's actually pretty easy to break your tools, unfortunately, with mining picks. But it does get you things like scrap and potential iron. So let's go ahead and get the fresh acanthus. There we go. Fresh acanthus has been added. Now, technically, I should assign this to a character. I will say it's on Yumiko, because she's kind of the leader for this group. All right. One thing we could do, just for silliness, is I could use the lantern. So I might as well do it. I could have done that before the hunt event. Actually, I really don't need to use it, so I'm just going to show it. So this is the picture for it. So they essentially use the lantern just like the hunter does. They just set it up, and then they just rest here. And the survivors activate their reverberating lantern. Its unsettling vibrations causes headaches, but drown out all sound within its small area. The group can now pause safely while the lantern remains active. Each survivor has time to either rest or tune. If you rest, you get +2 survival and an additional +1 survival for every green affinity you have. You plug your ears and do your best to relax, sleep, and let your body restore itself. Tune is sleep is for the weak. You stare into the darkness and become one with the reverberations. You get +3 insanity, which pretty much makes you insane. And you get +1 insanity for every blue affinity you have. If you have access to War Room, you can do some additional stuff that's pretty neat. And you can also, it actually can help you recover from hunt events, which is really good. If you have storytelling, you can actually get some pretty fancy stuff with that. You can get it's either nothing happens, you can get survival, you can get plus courage or understanding, or you can get a random fighting art. I did not know this. I now want storytelling more than ever now, because that's essentially free buffs. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about this, because we already maxed out on survival and stuff, but I wanted to show it off for this run. Anyway, last location, we do take the brain damage before the battle starts, so there we go. This actually will kind of balance out our insanity, which is good. Alright, so yeah, we're fighting a Gorm again, which is of course a 3x3 creature. It's a level 1, of course, that doesn't need to be said. Until we get at least the leather set done, I'm not going to even consider fighting a level 2 anything at the moment. 2d21. 4 and 6. This is actually really useful for us. Because 4 is Acanthus plants, which you get to roll 2d10 if you have a sickle. So that's not too shabby. And then, of course, we also get a 6, which is the other tall grass. So we got additional tall grasses. I'll hide that. And I need to remember to do the Sportsman Kill event effect, which I will do in a bit. Alright, so let's get everyone situated. We do have to start 6 spaces away and blah 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 blah. So we'll go ahead and set ourselves, I don't know, right. We can set ourselves up right here. Okay, and then, oh, sorry, that actually has to stay there. Alright, and then, I don't know, we can put one right there. There you go, tall grasses have been set. Kangara. You can start there. And then the other the other Acanthus can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 spaces away, is that right? Yep. There we go, Acanthus has been set up. 1, 2, 3, there you go. Actually, that's not too shabby. We can do something like that. And set up like this. Kind of stay out of trouble. Okay, I think that's, just make sure everyone's positioned right. 6, 6, and 6. Okay, cool. So, I'll go ahead and move this stuff out of the way. And we'll get the Gorm stuff. There's your Gorm stuff. There's the Gorm there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the hunter thing. Top card is Wallop. It's just a regular hit. It's essentially like Claw, so I'm just gonna put it back on top because that's a safe card. Okay. All right, so we are ready to go. Monster does go first. I'm gonna have it start facing this direction. First card's gonna be Wallop. Closest threat in field of view in range. Okay, it's gonna go after Tenchi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kangara is actually going to go ahead and surge right now and search the Canthus plant. She does have the sickle, so I'll just go ahead and roll a 2d10 and add them together. That's a 4, which just gives her +1 survival. Nope, nothing. Actually, it gives her absolutely nothing. So this gets archived. And then I will go ahead and have her dash to go towards the other plant. So there you go. Alright, so the Gorm is going to go ahead and hit Tenchi twice. First attack misses. Second attack, Tenchi has +1 evasion, so it hits on 5s. So the second attack does hit. So 1d6. It does 1 damage to the legs. I don't think there's anything else about this thing. There is not. Tenchi will go ahead and just dodge it. Okay, and that is it for that. So I will go ahead and move in with... Well, actually, first I will go ahead and move with Kangara and then search. So 2d10. This time we do get into the Canthus plant. And that's really all I can ask for. So there we go, 2 fresh Acanthus. So we can start stocking up on those. Okay. Next, yeah, we're going to go ahead and have Yumiko go on the attack. 3d10. I hit on 4s, because it's, 5 accuracy +1 accuracy because of mastery. So 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Nothing too crazy. Alright, first we get the rolled for damage. So 1d10 plus 3 for the weapon, plus 4 because of mammoth hunting, plus 5 because of mastery. That is a regular wound. I will apply it to... I'll apply it to the mandible. So 1 wound to the mandible. Next, I will go for the backstrap. That's a crit to the backstrap. I get Jiggling Lard as a resource, or I may rip into the chunk of flesh and get +1 courage and +3 insanity. I actually want the resource, so I will take the Jiggling Lard. So... there we go. Next, one more hit location. That's a regular wound. Alright, so do these first. Alright, so this is going to cause Retch to happen, which is going to be a little annoying, but not the end of the world. 1, 2. It's going to do Retch on Tenchi. I'm going to go ahead and let it happen. I'm okay with that. So 1 damage that bypasses armor to the arms. And that is it. It is now... I guess I can go with Tenchi next if I want to. I don't really want to, though. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and surge with Yumiko. She loses the point. And then she's going to roll 3d10 hits on 4s. Perfect hit and 2 regular hits. 1, 2, 3. Death Blow is not going to help us. We got the Maw and the Bloated Face. So now we're doing 1d10 plus 9 because of the perfect hit bonus. So that is a wound. I will apply it to the lure. So there you go. Next I'll attack the Bloated Face. That's a wound to the Bloated Face. And then we'll go for the Mammoth Maw. That's a crit to the Maw, which is a persistent injury. It does jaw paralysis. And it cancels out the Retch, which is good. Okay, so those are taken care of. Next, I will go ahead and Not much I can do right now, unfortunately. I'll go ahead and move in with Tenchi and make my attacks. So 5d10 hits on 6s. That is 3 hits. Fine by me. 1, 2, 3. Clubfoot, tail, and the Mammoth Ridge spine. Okay. 1d10 plus 3 base for the weapon, and then plus 1 strength and mastery, so plus 5. That is a wound. I will apply it to the tail. Also, Tenchi does get plus 1 insanity and plus 1 survival because of Abyssal Sadist. Next, I will target the ridge spine. That's a wound to the ridge spine. And then last is going to be the clubfoot, which is a wound to the clubfoot, which is going to cause it to retch. Okay, it's going to back up 2 spaces. I will go ahead and dash as part of the before the reaction triggers, because I can do that. I'll do a dash with Yumiko. She keeps the point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then she's going to have to take it again. 1, 2. So hit location. That is the arms again. So she does take a heavy because it bypasses armor and knocks her down. Okay. For Rich, it goes out 4 spaces. So, okay. So she's safe if I trigger it again. Next, I'll have Mira come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to go ahead and make her 3 attacks. 3d10. Hits twice. Okay. Not too shabby. Alright, 1d10. Plus 3 for weapon. Or sorry, plus 2 for weapon because it's a blade. A bone blade. Plus 2 for strength, so that's 4. And mastery makes it 5. That's a wound. I will apply it to the distended gut, and then the other location gets plus 2 strength. So it's going to be 1d10 plus 7, and that's a kill. Because that's a wound, and there's no cards left, so it's a kill. There you go. Quick and easy. So with that, Yumiko is going to level up. Mira is going to get some experience. Tenchi will get some experience. Kangara gets some experience. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and roll for Mammoth Loot. So there we go, there's our Mammoth Loot. We do get Negretto back. Speaking of Negretto, our max survival should be 4. So I will take that down a point, take that down a point, take that down a point, and take that down a point. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, our max survival is actually 4 because we lost Negretto a while ago. Which should have been for the Manhunter fight as well. So I'm thinking I'll check the footage real quick. Okay, sorry about the confusion. I went ahead and checked the Manhunter fight to make sure nothing was wrong, like I was trying to use survival without points and stuff like that. I never really got that close to running out. Tenchi was the closest, but she was getting survival back because of Abyssal Sadist, so it kind of worked out. So yeah, no worries there. I also was a little confused because I couldn't see where I actually put the experience points in, which was a little weird, but whatever. Everything's up to date, so that's all good. So let's go ahead and handle the resources and all that good stuff. We do get Negretto back, so let's go ahead and deal with that real quick. We're probably going to lose it soon after, but that's fine. There we go, Negretto. Okay, so we already rolled for the resources, so let's go ahead and knock that out. One is an acid gland, that's new. Melt skin. 2 is a dense bone, which we know about. 5 is a handed skull. Incomparably dense. This is one of the resources we need for the super sword. And 13 is a stout heart. So yeah, stuff, nothing too new. So let's go ahead and deal with dense bone. The acid gland. Handed skull. And heart. Okay, next, regular resources. No duplicates, okay. One is a broken lantern. 20 is a unknown. Six and 15. 6 is a monster bone, and 15 is a monster hide. So we have enough to innovate and do some stuff with. And next year, of course, we're going to have the armored strangers show up, and hopefully they'll do something good with us, because we are below the threshold because we're at 7 population. Bad news is now what happened on my previous playthrough is I rolled a 1, which ends up giving you a mostly negative result, despite the fact it was supposed to be positive. Anyway, I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this was Kingdom Death Monster. Oh wait, I'm not done yet. I need to actually roll for levels. Duty 10, 7. 7 is +1 permanent strength. So Yumiko now has +1 strength, which means she can no longer get benefits from the settlement watch. Okay, so that's good enough for me. Alright, now I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this was Kingdom Death Monster. See you guys later.